Maitum is one of the coastal towns of Sarangani province, which lies in its westernmost part. It has a total land area of 32,435 hectares. It is bounded on the north by the municipality of Lake Cebu, on the east by the municipality of Kiamba, on the south by the Celebes Sea, and on the west by the municipality of Balimbang. The municipality of Maitum envisions to be an agro-industrial, eco-cultural, tourist destination, disaster-resilient, and empowered community with competent leaders, enjoying sufficient basic gender-sensitive services, economic sustainability, and balanced ecosystem through carrying out its mission in active participation of God-loving and empowered people, competent leadership, and living in a safe and well-managed environment ensures sufficient delivery of gender-sensitive basic services and sustained economic for the general welfare of its constituents. Home to 44,595 tribe people with diverse culture and traditions. It has an urban population of 4,451 and a rural population of 40,144. There are 10,186 households. The labor force population is 27,506 and the dependent population is 18,499. Population density is urban barangay is to 13.09 person per hectare, rural barangay is 1.25 persons per hectare. Literacy population, there are 28,555 literates and 4,516 illiterates. Ecosystem profile. Forest. Maitum has 5 watershed areas and 8 small irrigation dams. These natural resources support the vast area of agricultural lands, tourism, and economic and domestic activities of the community. The protection and rehabilitation of the environment, particularly the remaining forest ecosystem, is one of the priorities of the current administration. There is also tenured ownership awarded by the DNR to POs and individuals as partners in the protection and management of the municipality's forests and forest lands. Coastal ecosystem. Our coastal ecosystem is still healthy and has diverse habitats such as seagrass, mangroves, and coral reefs that sustain marine life and help mitigate climate change. There are also different marine communities. There are 36 types of fish species, 6 kinds of crustaceans, and 3 kinds of mollusks living in our coastal ecosystem. Biodiversity. Maitum has 2 biodiversity conservation areas. The Dakyol Forest in Batian with 3,000 hectares and Lamlunay Research and Learning Center Biodiversity in Upo with 90 hectares. The presence of the Philippine eagle in the hinterlands of Barangay Upo, Batian, and its neighboring barangays is a manifestation that Maitum have still abundant forest cover and natural resources in it. Aside from the presence of different marine communities, seagrass and corals, sightings of the whale shark, Cuvier's beaked whale or goose-beaked whale, dugong, white-tip reef shark, the presence of the green sea, olive ridley, and hawksbill sea turtles are also seen in our coastal areas. However, these biodiversity areas are in nearly threatened condition. There is a need to intensify information education campaigns and enactment of appropriate legislative measures in protecting our biodiversity areas. Solid waste management. All barangays have their approved ordinance on ecological solid waste management. Generally, households in rural barangays dispose of their wastes by composting biodegradable into organic fertilizer and animal feeds. Some non-biodegradable wastes are recycled at the source. Others were sold to peddlers and brought to the material recovery facilities, but most were collected and disposed of in the municipality's residual containment area. Ancestral domain. Based on the Ancestral Domain Sustainable Development Protection Plan or the ADS-DPP, the ancestral domain claim of Tibuli, Blaan, Ubo, and Manubo have an estimated area of more or less 68,118.26 hectares covering the municipalities of Maitom, Kiamba, and Lake Cebu. Cultural heritage. On tangible cultural heritage, we have our mini museum located at the Municipal Hall building, wherein a replica of historical Pinol Cave and its potteries as burial jars on 500 BC is exhibited with other antique items. And also, the presence of the Maitom landmark wherein black stones are found in Maitom Creek where our municipality got its name. And there were also traditions inherited from our ancestors and passed on the present generation, which are festivals, songs and music, dance, local technology, local games, rituals, culinary arts, and beliefs wherein they still are observing until now. Hazard and disaster risk profile based on the geohazard maps of the DNR, Mines and Geosciences Bureau, FIVOX, and Pag-asa, the municipality are affected by 5 natural constraints. These are flooding, rain-induced landslides, tsunamis, earthquakes, storm surges, and sea level rise. The current administration is looking into proper mitigating measures to avoid damages to life and property.
All barangays are susceptible to flood and landslide based on DNR MGP Hazard Map 2012. All coastal barangays including Malalag, Kiayap, Sison, and Pangi are affected by tsunami. All coastal barangays including Malalag are affected by storm surge. Tuanadato, Batian, Zion, and Wali are traversed by fault.
Social profile on health. Public health remains to be one of the municipality's priority concerns. A total of 24 health facilities are available in the municipality. These are 1 rural health unit, 3 barangay health centers with birthing homes, 16 barangay health stations, 2 bahay ni nanay, and a 10-bed capacity municipal hospital. To achieve the overall goal of universal health care, the DOH, through its deployment of the Human Resource for Health or the HRH program, deployed nurses and midwives as a strategy and a support for the attainment of kalusugan pangkalahatan. On education, DepEd Maitom is split into 2 districts, the East and the West. Currently, there are 27 elementary schools in Maitom. 25 are public and 2 are private. It also has 6 secondary schools, of which 4 are public and 2 are private schools. There is also a private tertiary school. On social welfare, the LGU has Senior Citizens Center, Youth Home, Women and Children in Crisis Center, Livelihood Center, and Fish Processing Center. There are also 37 functional daycare centers and 14 supervised neighborhood playgroups to provide for the needs of the 3 to 4-year-old children in early childhood care and education. On protective services, the Philippine National Police personnel ratio is 1:1,190 and the Bureau of Fire Protection personnel is 1:2,000. Both have their separate headquarters located at Barangay Malalag. To strengthen the community's protective services, an outpost was established in Pangi and vehicles and equipment were also provided. Fire trucks were provided by the national government. On sports and recreational facilities, sports immensely play a significant role in the lives of many people, especially the youth. Sports facilities should be provided as the government's responsibility to provide a healthy life. All barangays have their existing basketball courts and some have their mini gymnasium or covered court. In Poblacion, aside from the basketball court, it has also gymnasium, tennis court, and playground. Barangay Pangi has also tennis court.
On economic development, agriculture and fishing. Maitum's major sources of livelihood are farming and fishing. Major crops produced are rice, corn, coconut, abaca, and rubber, with 5,371 farmers. Maitum has 7 coastal barangays. There are 2,040 fisher folks in the locality. The average fish annual production is 1,044 MT. The need to conduct information education campaigns on climate change-induced calamities and strengthen the established model farm practicing crop diversification and a sustainable farming system. This will help farmers and fisher folks adapt to the negative effects of climate change and enable them to mitigate effects to ensure the availability and affordability of safe and healthy food amidst climate change. On commerce and trade. Commerce and trade is the second source of income among Maitumians. The central business district is located at Barangay Malalag, which is the urban hub of the municipality. The products and services were offered to the community and the neighboring municipalities of Lake Cebu and Palimbang, thus making economic activity lively and vibrant. Aside from money remittances and pawn shops, a rural bank is also present in the area and there are 2 off-site ATM. On tourism. Maitum is blessed to have numerous potential tourist destinations. One of the most visited is the Whitewater River tubing, wherein you can enjoy the clean and fresh water of the Pangi River.
Infrastructure on road network. There are 262.01 kilometers of total road network in the municipality, wherein 84.07 kilometers are concrete, 104.39 kilometers are graveled, and 73.56 kilometers is earth.
On electricity, out of the 19 barangays, 17 were energized. On communication, Globe and Smart are the existing communication sites in the municipality. The services of PhilPost are still viable in the area. There is an existing Radio Kasaganaan, a government-owned community radio station in partnership with the National Nutrition Council. The Maitum Blackson Cable TV is a private-run cable station. Its service area is within the Poblacion area. There are also 2 VHF-UHF repeaters managed by the government, and the other one is run by the Kabalikat Civicom, an NGO active partner. On land use trend. The land use trend between the years 2011 and 2017 provides information on the significant changes in the previous and current land uses. Considering the available resources will guide the municipality in determining socio-spatial development directions. On development constraints. The development constraints area covers 23,515.77 hectares. Identified areas are the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program, urban use areas, built-up, roads, forest lands, rivers and creeks, flood risk areas, network of protected agricultural areas for development, or the protected agricultural lands. On comparative and competitive advantages. Functional role of the municipality. The municipality will sustain its role as the food basket and eco-cultural tourism site of Sarangani Province. Maitum will continue sustaining food production to provide the food requirements of the municipality and supplement the need of the province through improved production of primary crops, develop its eco-cultural tourism and commercial center. The development strategy is consistent with the provincial and regional direction as part of the Libak-Maasim Corridor under the Sustainable Agri-Industrial Strategy of Region 12. On development opportunities and challenges. Agroforestry development, watershed development, eco-cultural tourism industry development, development of cultural heritage, forest rehabilitation, biodiversity protection and conservation, riparian zone development, urban greening, agro-industrial development, sustainable crops, poultry and livestock production, sustainable marine resources, livelihood development, cemetery, abattoir, unsanitary landfill establishment, resettlement and housing development, improvement of delivery of social services, infrastructure and utility improvement, major commercial hub development, commerce, trade and industry development, upgrading government institutions, and human resource development. On development, trust, and spatial strategy. The development, trust, and spatial strategy of the municipality maitum as an agro-industrial, agricultural tourism, and commercial area. As an agro-industrial, it has potential areas for agro-industrial development. At present, a total of 5.21 hectares is initially utilized for agro-industrial activity, which portion now was occupied by the Panday Banana Plantation and Packaging Center in Calaong. The municipality is also suited for rubber, coconut, coffee, abaca, and cacao production considering the climate conditions and other resources in the area. Maximizing the utilization of agri-land with appropriate farming technologies that sustain the soil fertility and proper selection of crops resilient to climate change will sustain crop production. On ecotourism destination, Maitum has numerous potential ecotourism and historical tourism sites. The municipality is endowed with 44 potential tourist spots. The whitewater tubing is the most visited tourist destination in the municipality. Tourists enjoy the crystal clear, clean, and fresh water that runs through the Pangi River. Some tourists visit the Pawikan Hatchery and enjoy the long stretch of fine, black sand beaches with their families and friends. There are also potential tourist destinations like waterfalls, caves, coral reefs, biodiversity areas, and other natural attractions found in the municipality. Improvement of these sites strengthens the development of the tourism industry as one major source of income for the community. On commercial development, Maitum is a strategic location for commercial trading centers in the western part of Sarangani province. Its geographical location is advantageous for the development of the commercial and trading center, wherein it is situated at the center of the four emerging municipalities, like Cebu in South Cotabato, Palimbang, Libak, and Kalamansig in Sultan Kudarat. It will soon open opportunities for thriving businesses in the municipality. This undoubtedly paves the way for more economic activities as evidence of the possibilities of improving the municipality's trading industry. On preferred spatial strategy, the concept structure plan is focused on four settlement patterns: the major growth areas, minor growth areas, emerging growth areas, and satellite areas. The identification of the hierarchy of settlements and the role of each barangay is based on their strength and resources. Centric and nodal form is the preferred spatial strategy identified and the suitable development framework of the municipality. The major growth center is the focus of development and the center of services. The minor and emerging growth centers are also potential for development. However, government projects are less concentrated here compared to major growth centers. The satellite areas development projects are not always given because it differs in their capacity to implement such. These growth centers will be developed to strengthen their competency in providing services to their respective area of responsibility, to become independent, to support their programs and projects, and able to expand to other growth centers. Barangay Malalag is a major growth area. It is the centerfold of development and the heart of the municipality. It is a commercial and trading hub and the municipality's center of services. Minor growth areas. These are geographical units where economic activities are also taking place, but development is less, unlike the major growth areas. These areas are potential for development. Barangay Mabay is located along the coastal area in the southern part of Maitum. It is a potential for ecotourism development, livestock, and crop production. It is also suitable for inland fish or prawn production and mangrove development. Barangay Maguling is situated in the western part of the municipality. The barangay is potential for ecotourism development as manifested by the presence of a dive site or coral reef. It is also suitable for crops growing, mangrove plantations, and fishery production. Barangay Old Poblacion is a coastal barangay wherein the municipality's landmark is located. The barangay is very much indulged in the fishing industry as their main source of livelihood. The municipality's one town, one product, the marinated flying fish originated and become one of the income-generating projects of the community. Old Poblacion is the potential for mangrove development, coconut, and rice production.
Barangay Pangi, it is located at the center of 3 barangays connected by a provincial road and is very much advantageous in terms of providing services to its neighboring barangays. It can produce rice because of its wide area for rice fields. Coconut, rubber, and durian plantation are also potential. The evacuation center of the municipality is also situated in this area. Barangay Sison is adjacent to Barangay Malalag, the only tertiary school in the municipality situated in this barangay. The school caters to students from the municipalities of Kiamba and Palimbang. The barangay is suitable for rice, corn, vegetable, and banana production. It also has potentials for cacao, coconut, livestock, and poultry raising. Emerging Growth Center. The designated Emerging Growth Center will be developed based on their potential, resources, and capabilities that enable them to provide services in their area of responsibility. Calaong is a coastal barangay situated in the westernmost part of the municipality. Its wide agricultural land is suitable for agro-industrial development and livestock production. The barangay has also had the potential for fishery production, mangrove development, and ecotourism. Calanig is in the southwestern part of Maitom. It is an agricultural barangay capable of producing crops such as coconut, rubber, abaca, rice, and corn. Agroforestry development in the area is also potential. Upo is in the northwestern part of the municipality. The barangay is very much suited for ecotourism development because of the presence of the Lamlunay Research and Learning Center located in the area. Agroforestry and industrial crops plantation are also suited to the area. Kiambing is a coastal barangay located in the southeastern part of the municipality with agricultural land that is potential for crops and fishery production. Most of the residents were engaged in fishing and farming as their main source of income. Mangrove growing is potential because some areas are swampy and the long stretch of fine black sand and the presence of the sea turtle sanctuary adds attraction to their tourism industry. New La Union is situated in the northeastern part of the municipality. It is potential for ecotourism development because of its waterfalls, trekking, mountain climbing, and the well-known whitewater tubing. Livestock raising and crop production are viable with agroforestry development. Wali is suited for livestock and poultry production. Agroforestry development is also good since the barangay has rolling hills and a mountainous area. The creek is suited for bamboo growing, which supports the community livelihood of producing kalakat, bukag, baskets, hammocks, and other native products. Kiayap is an agricultural barangay adjacent to the Barangay Malalag. It is suited for crop production, especially vegetables and root crops. Agroforestry development is very potential because of its rolling hills. Livestock and poultry raising is a gaining livelihood in the area.
Satellite growth areas. These barangays are mostly located in remote areas. These areas will be developed based on the capability and resources of the barangay. Batian is one of the farthest barangay located in the northern part of the municipality. The area is very likely for ecotourism development because of its numerous tourist attractions like waterfalls and caves. The existence of the Philippine eagle inside its thick forest commands strict protection and conservation of its natural resources. It also has the potential for agroforestry development. Mindupok is a coastal barangay in the western part of the municipality. Crops, fishery, and prawn production are suited to the area. Mangrove development is also potential because of its wetlands near the coast. Pinol is the last coastal barangay in the west. It is where the Ayub Cave is located and known nationwide for its anthropomorphic potteries as burial jars of the ancient people dated 500 BC. It is also known as the home of fruit bats in Maitum. The barangay is suited for developing agroforestry and mangrove plantations and potential for coconut and rice production. The CLUP is suited for agroforestry development because of its large hilly to a steep mountainous area. It also has potential for vegetable, rice, and coconut production. The poultry and livestock industry is promising in the barangay. Tuanadatu is an upland barangay with good climate conditions suited for vegetables, root crops, and fruit trees. It is also suitable for agroforestry and reforestation projects. The tourism industry is budding in the area with the presence of various falls. Zion is also an upland barangay which is potential for agroforestry development and bamboo production. It is also best for root crop production. With the existence of Zion Cave, the area is potential for ecotourism development. Existing and proposed general land use plan. Development policies and regulations. Number 1. No residential buildings allowed in hazard zones along the shoreline, rivers or creeks, and road right-of-way. Number 2. No build zone 5 meters on both sides along the fault. Number 3. Prohibits settlements on top of caves. Number 4. No settlements and cultivation within the protected forest area. Number 5. Establishment of greenbelt area in the urban. Number 6. Riparian zone is declared as a protected area. 40 meters on both sides of the riverbank is forest lands and 20 meters on agricultural lands. Number 7. Establishment of buffer zones between protection and production forests along rivers, creeks, and shoreline. Number 8. Establishment or rehabilitation of mangrove areas. Number 9. No exploration activity in the forest lands. Number 10. Hunting of wildlife in the forest land is strictly prohibited. Number 11. Require buffer zones between agro-industrial establishments and other land uses. Number 12. All settlements in the protected zones shall be relocated to designated resettlement areas. Number 13. Require individuals engaged in charcoal making to establish their woodlot. Number 14. Application of soil and water conservation farming in upland agriculture or slapping agricultural land technology and organic farming. Number 15. Maximize utilization of unproductive agricultural lands. Number 16. Agroforestry development in the forest lands. Number 17. Designated cultivation areas within the production forest. Number 18. No taking of sands, pebbles, corals, dumping of waste, fishing and anchoring in the municipal water protected areas. Number 19. No cutting of mangroves and no conversion to other uses. Only research and studies are allowed. Number 20. Regulate harvest of NIPA SPP only for livelihood purposes. Number 21. Declaration of biodiversity areas for protection and conservation. Number 22. Destructive fishing is not allowed in all bodies of water. Number 23. Construction near historical heritage and cultural sites within a radius of 100 meters is prohibited. Number 24. All construction shall pass the office of the zoning officer and building official. Number 25. Construction of seawall protection structures in along coastal barangays. Number 26. Designate a mooring area. Number 27. Declaration and conservation of historical heritage sites. Number 28. Mandatory retrofitting in the identified hazard structures. Number 29. Concreting of roads, increasing road elevation above flood height, and establishment of road embankment protection. Number 30. Privately owned structures to provide protection measures. Major spatial programs and projects. These priority programs and projects are geared towards the attainment of the municipality's vision as an agro-industrial, eco-cultural tourist destination, disaster-resilient community with sufficient basic gender-sensitive services, economic sustainability, and a balanced ecosystem. Number 1. Water and environmental sanitation. Number 2. Health and nutrition program. Number 3. Safe motherhood, maternal and child care. Number 4. Communicable and non-communicable diseases prevention program. Number 5. Adolescent sexual and reproductive health program. Number 6. Family planning program. Number 7. Dental health program. Number 8. Cancer prevention program. Number 9. Child and youth welfare program. Number 10. Senior citizen and person with disabilities program. Number 11. Family and Community Welfare Program. Number 12. Women Welfare Program. Number 13. Emergency Assistance Program. Number 14. Resettlement and Housing Program. Number 15. Gender and Development Program. Number 16. Birth, Death, and Marriage Registration. Number 17. Disaster Prevention and Mitigation, Preparedness and Recovery Program. Number 18. Installation of disaster monitoring devices and early warning systems. Number 19. Disaster Risk Reduction or Climate Change Adaptation Advocacy Program. Number 20. Crop, livestock, or poultry and fishery production. Number 21. Alternative Livelihood Program. Number 22. Agro-industrial development. Number 23. Improvement of the major commercial center. Number 24. Development of the tourism industry. Number 25. Conservation of heritage, historical, and cultural importance. Number 26. Installation of protection structures to private buildings. Number 27. Protection and rehabilitation of forests and watershed areas. Number 28. Establishment of buffer zones along shorelines, rivers, creeks, and forest protected areas. Number 29. Soil and water conservation farming practices. Number 30. Mangrove forest protection and rehabilitation. Number 31. Marine conservation and protection. Number 32. Delineate municipal waters for fisherfolk protection. Number 33. Retrofitting of existing government and private structures. Number 34. Upgrading of electric posts based on the approved Socoteco standard design. Number 35. Upgrading water systems facilities. Number 36. Upgrading communication facilities. Number 37. Concreting or upgrading of disaster-resilient roads and bridges. Number 38. Upgrading and retrofitting of existing DPWH projects. Number 39. Establishment of the sanitary landfill and memorial park. Number 40. Renewable sources of energy or hydro and solar development. Number 41. Installation of solar panels in all government buildings. Number 42. Installation of solar LED street lights. Number 43. improvement of flood control and drainage systems. Number 44, construction of seawall in hazard areas.